Meeting will now come to order. Roll call. Mr. Landwehr. Here. Mrs. Olson.
Here.
Mr. Glanick. Here. Mr. Cowley. Here. Mrs. Burnett. I'm here. And Mr. Hirsch, who we expect shortly. Will all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Me too. Mr. Hirsch is present. Okay, the agenda was posted in at least 3 places in the district and posted on the district webpage according to the Wisconsin State Statutes on special meetings and district policy. We need an approval for tonight's July 25th, 2023 special meeting agenda.
I make a motion.
We have
Approve.
a motion for approval of the agenda. Is there a second?
Also.
Second, Mr. Landwehr. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the one and only agenda item is the consideration of approval to reduce the minimum base bid of a building construction house, and we will have a synopsis from Mr. Escott.
Yeah, so we obviously did not receive a bid at our last board meeting. We were hopeful, but did not find one. So that kind of put me into the mode of what were the factors that might contribute to that. Really, what I believe is two main factors. Whoever purchases the house most likely will have a very difficult time lining up all the contractors needed. You know, you're looking at a foundation, electrical, insulation, plumbing, heat, all of that stuff. Before the snow flies, that's a tight time frame to get lined up and ready to live. So I think that potentially cooled our buyers. And the other main factor, I did have a conversation with Pop with Building Supply. Lumber is down from what it was last year at this time. So if a person were to build that house, essentially materials look like they're about $10,000 less than what they were last year at this time, roughly. So moving forward, I recommend that we decrease the minimum bid to $39,000 in the hope that we can get a bid for the August 14th board meeting. So we would basically keep the same process. We'd have a sealed bid. Bids would be due to the district office by 4 p.m. on August 14th. And then hopefully, Mr. Granlund, you'll have a few envelopes to open. And then we'll decide who the high bid is. And then also want to make sure that whoever does bid knows that we will have to work with them on the time frame. Normally, we like to try to have that house out of here by mid-August, but we obviously understand that that's not going to be the case, and we'll have to work with the buyer on that time frame.
Okay, now the bid had September 1st removal here, but we would be flexible on that.
We'd be flexible. Yeah, we've tucked it in the corner of the parking lot back there in past years and have had the opportunity to work around it and still.
I think we can, if someone agrees, we'll have a motion second, then we'll have discussion.
Real quick, I know the people that looked at it today said that they talked to Woodalls, and Woodalls would work with anybody, you know, to buy and locate it and everything. So we got
The local, the people who typically have moved the house would be able to work with them.
I had a couple of conversations. We had a couple of people come in today to look at it. So I moved the words out that we might be adjusting this bid. That might be upticking the traffic a little bit. So I figure if we go with minimum bid, we might end up getting more than that as well.
Right. I had 2 people call me regarding it too. I didn't even know they ordered it. So the grapevine is.
It's out there. Word of mouth is powerful sometimes. So we will, if we make that decision today, we will push it out via our various mediums that we have, social media website, to try to get the word out. We talked about posting it in a couple of public areas throughout our district. So it's as many people as possible that might be interested in know about it.
I asked before motion was made. Is it beneficial to change the wording of minimum bid to suggested bid to exceed $39,000. And I say that only because if somebody comes in at 37, but we have nothing else, do we take that? Because I think historically, we could take whatever bid we wanted.
The board's decision is to take whatever bid that they want.
And I guess obviously you want to get as much as possible. But
Yeah, ideally, I'm positive that I guess I can't say 100%, but I'm thinking it's likely we could get a bid for the August 14th board meeting. If not, then we'll try to figure out what we do moving forward from there. We can talk about it on the 14th.
It might be a legal question. You think that would be a legal question? Sure.
I don't think you can give word on you want personally. You can give it away if you want to.
Short answer is yes, but I don't.
Yep, I believe that's correct.
So for me, semantics on minimum or suggested, it does not matter to me, Peg or Carl. I don't know if you have any input on that or not.
There's no real legal implications, and the board can decide what they want to do and how they want to do it, and word it the way they want to word it, so.
And they need to recognize that it's a bid, right? And that there could be other bidders. And so your bid may be outbid.
But you don't have to accept that particular bid. I guess that's my mentality on this whole thing historically has always been, I'd like to see it stay in the district. So if somebody offered $42,000 as an example, and it's going to South Shore School District, and somebody offers 41, it's going to Maple, personally, I take the 41 over tax revenue. Forever.
That'd be the board's decision at that
I
point.
mean, that would be my thinking anyways.
We're not required to accept a high bid, a low bid. It's board decision as to which bid we want to accept.
Yeah, I'm okay with wording it, however, I just wanted to, only because every time I go somewhere that says, if you ever been to Como Zoo, it's got a little suggestion things stacked with cash. If you flat out, if you say it's $5 to get in, everybody's gonna give you $5. If you say a donation, people throw 20 in there and keep on walking. I guess that's my only, and maybe that's not the case with this.
Cody, I just want to clarify, is the school responsible for any other additional costs, or is that,
No.
it's all clear that it's the seller, or the buyer that is gonna pay for any of the moving costs, or any of
Yes.
the-
As far as that, the school's never been involved in the process.
Yeah.
So that's all part of the buyer's responsibility.
Just if we didn't get a bid, we'd be responsible for
That's-
moving it off the spot that it is.
Yeah, if we did not get a bid, then we'd have to have then that'd be the only caveat, because the reality is we can't, class coming in, starting in September, can't build a house on that thing as it sits right now, obviously. Don't have a platform to build a secondary house on.
Any other discussion before we get into the motion? I guess my concern is that we can advertise it well enough that people know, because it's about 2 week
Yep.
process.
It's a 2+ week process, which is why we wanted to kind of have this meeting early this week to try to give as much time as possible. But the reality is that we want to, my goal is to bring a bid to the August 14th board.
And that's, like, you bring up a good point, I guess who's responsible for the advertisement to get this, that information to all the sources that are there? Who is that?
Our office. Yeah, we will.
Wow, okay. Why should I be surprised by that?
Yeah, the district is responsible for it.
This Janico has very good resources and to get the word out with multiple different ways.
And the reality is we're going to have to change some of the process that we've always used in the past due to kind of how we sit. So we might have to look at potentially moving up the bid window. So the winning bidder actually has time to line up the people that need to do the work in order to get into that thing.
I think that's a discussion for a
That's another
different
time.
meeting, but I've got a couple of thoughts.
So this meeting is
Same with the discussion of changing like the siding and.
you guys saw some of my,
That's
It's different.
some of my suggestions.
Yeah, that's really a separate issue that we
Yeah.
have tonight. And I think the other question now is if the semantics of bid and proposal, suggested price, is that
I guess I'll make a motion to reduce the minimum bid to, what was it, 39,000.
Second. Okay, we have motion and second. Any other further discussion? No, okay. Do we have a roll call vote on this? I believe so. Mr. Hirsch,
Yes.
Mr. Landwehr,
Yes.
Mrs. Olson,
Yes.
Mr. Glanick,
Yes.
Mr. Cowley,
Yes.
and Mrs. Burnett,
Yes.
and I'll go with Flo, yes. Motion passed. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
We adjourn.
Mr. Cowley,
I'll second
there's a second, All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion, meeting adjourned. 10 minutes. As promised.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in.
Thank you.